The Dictionary of Real Estate Appraisal, page 176. Primary data. Information that is gathered in its original form by the analyst. See also secondary data. Primary Metropolitan Statistical Area. The acronym is PMSA. An area of more than 1 million people that consists of a large urbanized county or a cluster of counties with very strong internal economic and social links. Designated under standards established in 1980 by the Federal Committee of MSAs. See also Consolidated Metropolitan Statistical Area, CMSA, and Metropolitan Statistical Area, MSA. Primary trade area. The geographic area immediately adjacent to a property, from which approximately 60% to 80% of the property's customers are derived. See also trade area. Prime rate. The interest rate that a commercial bank charges for short-term loans to borrowers with high credit ratings. Principal. A capital sum invested. A payment that represents partial or full repayment of the capital loaned or invested, as distinguished from the payment of interest. The unrecovered capital remaining in a loan or investment. Principal, interest, taxes and insurance. The acronym is PITI. The four components of a monthly mortgage payment. Principal refers to the part of the monthly payment that reduces the remaining balance of the mortgage. Interest is the fee charged for borrowing money. Taxes and insurance refer to the amounts that are paid into an escrow account each month for property taxes and mortgage and hazard insurance. Principal meridian. In land surveying, major north-south lines established as general reference points. There are about 25 principal meridians in the 48 contiguous states of the United States. Principal risk. The risk that principal or a capital investment will be worth less, especially as a reversion, than anticipated or forecast. Printed bulletin. See painted bulletin. Prior appropriation doctrine. A doctrine dating from early settlement of the western United States, whereby water claims were based on first in time, first in right. Under the prior appropriation doctrine, the priority of water rights is determined by the date that the initial use was established. Generally speaking, water right priority is adjudicated in states where the prior appropriation doctrine prevails, a process whereby a court decision establishes the priority of claims to a water resource. See also adjudicated water rights. Priority of distributions. The provision of mortgage-backed securities that defines how, when, and to whom the available funds will be distributed. Property mortgage insurance, PMI. Insurance provided by a private mortgage lender to protect against loss caused by a borrower's default on a residential or commercial mortgage loan. Private offering. In the United States, an offering that is assumed to be exempt from securities registration. Those seeking a private offering exemption under federal securities law may follow Regulation D of the Securities Act of 1933, or may continue to claim the private offering exemption under jurisdictional and administrative interpretations of Section 4(2) of the same Act. Private placement. In the United States, an exempt placement of securities with an investor, usually an institution, under circumstances that do not constitute a private offering. See also private offering. Page 177. Private road. A road on private property that is maintained and kept open for use by the owner, the tenants, or their licensees, invitees, or guests, not open to the general public. Private sector. The portion of the economy that produces goods and services and is distinguished from the governmental sector. Private waters. Waters on land that is privately owned, subject to private control only. A stream that runs in a bed to which a riparian owner holds title. Private way of necessity. An appurtenant easement that is granted to meet practical needs. For instance, to allow ingress and egress from a parcel of land that is landlocked, also known as a right of necessity or a way of necessity in some locations. Privatization. The process of transferring ownership of state-run enterprises to individual shareholders or tenants. Privity. The connection or relationship between two parties, each having a legally recognized interest in the same subject matter, such as a transaction, proceeding, or piece of property. Mutuality of interest lacks. Proceeds of resale. See net proceeds of resale. Processing facility. An industrial plant for purifying a crude substance or for the creation of chemical products using a variety of industrial processes, including flotation, magnetic separation, thermal treatment, electrostatic separation, selective flocculation, gravitalization, gravitational separation, and leaching. Product Improvement Program, the acronym is PIP. In the lodging industry, an agreement between franchisees and franchisors when a sale or transfer takes place, that the franchisee will upgrade the hotel to certain standards within a certain period of time. These improvements typically are required to be made within 30 days to 90 days from the date of transfer and can include replacement of soft goods, changes to exterior facades, erection of new franchise signage, or general capital improvements, sometimes called Property Improvement Program. Productivity. Number one, the amount of goods produced by labor or other agents of production per unit of time. Productivity number two, the net value of the services provided per unit of space. Productivity number three, the income or benefits that a property is capable of producing. Productivity analysis, the process in which the physical, legal, and locational attributes of a property are examined to determine its marketability in terms of the specific services it provides and the specific needs it satisfies. Professional liability insurance, a type of liability insurance that covers claims for damages sustained by the clients of providers of professional services through a negligent act or omission in the performance of a professional service, See also errors and omissions, E&O insurance. Pro offer. To offer or tender something for immediate acceptance. For instance, something of value granted by a builder to a local governing body in exchange for development rights to a specific parcel. Profit number 1. The amount by which the proceeds of a transaction exceed its cost. Profit number 2. In theoretical economics, the residual share of a product of an enterprise that accrues to the entrepreneur after paying interest for capital, rent for land, and wages for labor and management. See also entrepreneurial profit. Profit number 3. In accounting, an increase in wealth that results from the operation of an enterprise. Gross profit usually is the selling price minus cost. Items such as selling and operating expenses are deducted from gross profit to indicate net profit. End of page.